Quentin, you have put Margot Robbie, a very talented actress, actor, in your film. She was in with Leonardo in Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya. This is a, person with a great deal of acting talent, and yet you haven't really given her many lines in the movie. And I wondered, I guess that was a deliberate choice on your part, and I just wanted to know why that was, that we don't hear her actually speaking very much. And Margot, I wanted you to also comment about being in the film in this part.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
Anyway, audiences worldwide were first introduced to Quentin Tarantino with Reservoir Dogs. Let me see if he's on the line, but it was Pulp Fiction that won him an Oscar and launched him into this A-list status he's in. Some people say he's all about style over substance. Some people say he's glamorized violence. Some people say he's a genius. His latest movie, Kill Bill, is a tale of a former assassin's quest for revenge. It stars Uma Thurman and Lucy Liu. Now, Quentin joins us. There he is, baby. How are you, Quentin?
I am here, Jen. How you doing?
New York. All right, all right. I haven't seen you since Pulp Fiction. Now,
here I am. Do I look just as handsome?
Yeah. Okay. I think they used that colored gel, though, that they used for Lucille Ball on Mame.
Oh, really? Okay, well, you're lucky I can't see you right now.
Oh, I look, darling, I look now. Okay, speaking of Mame, okay, I'm going to do a little segue here. Mame into violence and Kill Bill. This movie's doing very well, by the way, Quentin. Why are you with us? Why did you decide to do
Why
this?
am I with you?
Yeah, I mean, did you decide
so it can keep doing good and to spread the Kill Bill word, especially to the San Francisco Bay Area.
But one of the things you said recently, is this true or were you misquoted, that children should see Kill Bill, advising kids to see it? Did you actually say that, or is that a misquote, Quentin?
No. It's like, if it's an R-rated movie, if their parents will take them to go see it, they'll have a blast. I actually think from 12 up, all right, is a really good audience that they will love Kill Bill. Girls will love it because they'll be empowered by
How are they empowered, exactly?
They'll go home, put a poster on their wall and stuff. Parents got to take them to see it, but if you're cool parents, you will do it.
Cool parents, really. Quentin, would you say this movie teaches girls to be empowered by being violent and vicious, just like boys in the movie? Would you say that's the empowerment?
It empowers women, it empowers girls by the fact that Uma Thurman is a female warrior. She's a female avenger. Right. Revenge is like one of the classic staples in drama.
I see, but a lot of innocent people. I've seen the film,
and to have girls not be not only the girlfriends in movies, but this is a movie about women. They're not about cute girls going
it's about killer women.
All right, with their butts and their T-shirts that stop below their before their belly button, asking permission to kick ass. These girls just kick ass. They're warriors. They live by a code of honor, and they die by that code of honor too.
And innocent people die along the way. It's about that kind of thing. Now, tell me this.
Innocent people die along the way because unfortunately, that's the story of revenge. Revenge is messy. It never works out the way you want it to.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because it's so much fun, Jan. Get it?
Oh, really? Okay, I'd like to see you walk down the street and get attacked by some kids who've just seen your movie.
But you saw me. See, Jan, you're all messed up because you're talking about real life.
Oh,
and I'm
I see.
talking
And kids
about the
12,
movies. You got to get it straight. Now, if you want to talk about the movies, we'll talk about the movies.
Okay, and kids
at 12
can tell the difference.
we'll talk about real life.
Kids at 12 can tell the difference. You tell their parents that, Quentin. I
saw movies when I was a kid, all right? I saw all the movies that I'm basing my movies on are the movies I saw as a kid, and yes, kids go to a movie theater, they can tell the difference. Maybe you couldn't when you were a kid, but I could.
Yeah, I went to the inauguration.
I'm not attacking you.
You get in this town. I'm not kidding. You got to be real careful around here. You get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what happened. If you're not part of the group, you know what we believe is right. I go, well, I might have a problem with that.
Called dead bugs.
Dead bugs.
Yep. Basically, you end up looking like a dead bug. And that's why they call them dead bugs. So,
is that the move?
Yes.
Oh.
You may be familiar with a position like this. I don't know. I'm not judging anything.
Among the film's many provocations,
what's your name, boy?
Its liberal, some might say promiscuous use of the N-word.
I don't think anybody is actually going out there saying that we use the word more excessively than it was used in 1858 in Mississippi. And if that's not the case, then they can shut up.
And you know what? This show that you're on right now, what precedes this show?
The Sopranos in this particular case.
Amen. How many times do you hear the fuck word in The Sopranos? I happen to like the show, okay? It's a soap opera, right? All right? That's what we do in the entertainment world. We're a soap opera, Bob. Come on. And if you've ever watched soap opera, even on daytime television, compare that with also HBO. I love HBO, but prior to Sopranos, Sex and the City's on. How many orgasms were they? Okay,
your stuff is geared in large part toward youngsters.
My stuff
toward young boys and young men.
Demographic. Okay, a very broad demographic. And
it's not on a pay service like HBO. It's on basic cable.
Right. Okay.
Basic cable, not a pay service like HBO.
Difference.
It is a significant difference.
No, I don't think
people have said to me, I'd like to watch your show, but we don't have HBO in our home because we don't want our kids channel surfing past it.
It's real
and
simple.
to see stuff that isn't appropriate
it's real simple. On your channel surfing, go click. Do you know how many people enjoy on a global basis World Wrestling Federation Entertainment that aren't elitist like you?
You know what?
The guy on the street loves this stuff.
As you personally know, I was a wrestling fan for much of my life. I enjoyed the tongue-in-cheek type of soap opera that wrestling was, and it could still be that without the vulgarity, without the mean-spirited, without the mean-spiritedness, without talking about
you got
bitches
your
and
little show
hoes.
back here, and you get paid for doing your little show and bringing people out here and being some sort of highfalutin type guy. I'm down with that. That's cool because I love freedom of expression. This is great. Okay, I like this. At the same time, you can't tell me how to run my business and what people want to see, because if they wanted to see your kind of wrestling you're talking about, that's what we would have out there, Bob.
Do you think that comedians should be able to say whatever they want to say without any repercussions?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to be funny, I think. I mean, everybody knows the difference between saying something, like Michael Richards said something in anger. And reasonable people can sense when you're trying to be funny and when you're trying to be angry. So if you're trying to say something funny, yeah, I think like Matt and Trey said from South Park, it's either all okay or none of it's okay. Like you did some very funny stuff on the teapot and Hitler.
Oh, thank you.
It was great.
Thank you.
But there are people who associate Hitler with some really bad stuff. So
what? My writers, get out here! What the hell is that?
But you know what I mean? It's like if we go down that road of, hey, don't make fun of this, don't make fun of that, well, then people have a very legit argument to go, well, don't mention Hitler in any context because there's never humor. So I'm just not comfortable going down that road.
I just learned something the other day. It was real bad news, and it really fucking pissed me off, and I think I want to voice it right now.
Please. The forum is yours.
Basically, and I'm not talking about the whole country, but I'm talking about one theater in particular.
Oh, you sound nervous about this.
Well, it's a big fucking deal.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so we were going to play at the Cinerama Dome on the 25th. We were going to open there and play there exclusively for 2 weeks. And Star Wars was going to play the 2 weeks before us. And I grew up in Los Angeles, so I think of the Cinerama Dome as a real big deal and imagine seeing it at the Cinerama Dome.
Means something to you.
Exactly.
Right.
Disney, who owns Star Wars, decided, well, you know what? Maybe we want to play throughout the entire holiday season. And not, so we're going to go to the Cinerama Dome and say that they can't honor their contract with us to show the Hateful Eight. And the ArcLight people that own the Cinerama Dome said, no, you can't do that. We have a deal with the Hateful Eight people, and showing it in 70, that's what we do. We have the 70mm projectors. They didn't have to move them in. That's the thing. We even start off with the Cinerama logo at the beginning. As of yesterday, Disney came to the ArcLight people and said, no.
Wow.
You are going to play Star Wars in the Cinerama Dome for the entire holiday season. And if you don't, if you honor your deal with the Hateful Eight, we will not allow you to have Star Wars, the biggest movie in the world. We will not allow you to show it at any of your ArcLight movie theaters.
Oh. So in your mind, that's petty because they've got a big blockbuster on their hands.
They've got the biggest movie in the world. We're talking about one effing theater. They are going out of their way to fuck me.
I mean, honestly, if you had a bad experience in my restaurant, why didn't you say anything at the time? Well, we take your custom very, very seriously, but I mean,
Considering, like, you guys are coming to Australia and bringing that steak, like...
I know, but you're being a little bit stupid. Come on.
But it shouldn't be served up in the first place.
What do you mean it shouldn't be served up in the first place?
Well, I mean, would you be happy that your staff member actually let
Mate,
that out onto the floor?
how do they ask the steak to be cooked?
Well done. It's clear that in the picture.
But you asked for the steak to be cooked well done.
And is that a well done steak?
Oh, come on. What is this? I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But how sad is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done, okay? Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well done. So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, is that right? I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer. But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question. Thank you. Can I give you a paper back?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
I thought it was an intelligent interview.
If you think that somebody sucks for what they said on stage, you should blog about it, you should write about it. As long as a person isn't calling for somebody to get in trouble for an opinion or a joke, I have no issue with somebody calling out a comic and going, hey, I think you suck for doing that, as long as there isn't the asterisk which says you should get in trouble for doing that. But yeah. Whenever, and I understand the emotion behind not wanting people to mock certain things, but nobody ever just comes out and says, you can't say that because I don't like it. Because there's something kind of self-centered and self-serving about that. So it's an instinct to put in a reason why you shouldn't mock it. So people who don't like certain humor say, well, it contributes to a culture, or it contributes to an environment which perpetuates racial stereotypes, or sexual stereotypes, or this. The same as when religious people say, don't mock my religion, because what it does is it knocks down religion, which knocks down the family, which is bad for the structure of the country. Like, everybody has a reason. Nobody ever thinks, hey, you're saying something I don't like and I don't want you to say it. There's nothing I'm comfortable enough saying that you shouldn't make fun of. And I think as long as your intention is to be funny, I think that we all go into a comedy club knowing that. And there's a great difference between even a harsh rape joke and saying, all kidding aside, folks, rape is good. Like, we all know the difference between that.
It's okay to go into a movie and enjoy the violence.
Yeah, well, it's a movie. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's not real life. It's a fantasy. You go and you watch, you watch a kung fu movie, and one guy takes on 100 people in a restaurant. That's fun.
But why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune.
I'm
not a monkey.
I can't make you answer anything. I'm asking you interesting questions.
And I'm saying I refuse.
Okay. Well, no, I was just asking you why. That's fine. But you see, Jamie Foxx has said we can't turn our back and say that violence in films or anything that we do doesn't have a source of
Then you should talk to
influence.
Jamie Foxx about that. And I think he's actually here, so you can.
I'd love to, but I mean, it's interesting that you have a different view, and I'm just trying to explore that.
Yeah, and I don't want to, because I'm here to sell my movie. This is a commercial for the movie. Make no mistake.
Well, you have views.
Yeah.
So you don't want to talk about anything serious?
I don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the implications of violence. I haven't wanted. Because the reason I don't want to talk about it is I've said everything I have to say about it. If anyone cares what I have to say about it, they can Google me and they can look for 20 years what I have to say about it. I haven't changed my opinion one iota.
No, but you haven't fleshed it out. That's the only reason.
It's not my job to flesh it out.
No, it's my job to try and ask you to.
And I'm shutting your butt down.
And that's entirely your.
What are you referring to specifically?
Referring to the the drinking problems, referring to what's been called the anti-Semitic rant, referring all those things. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that's almost 4 years ago, dude. I mean, I've moved on. I guess you haven't.
Well,
So
I'm just wondering if you think that the public has moved on and will perceive you in the same light.
Well, I certainly hope so. It is a while back, and I've done all the necessary mea culpas. So let's move on, dude. Come on.
Edge of Darkness opens today. It's good to see you back in the saddle and doing what you do best. Thanks a lot for joining us, Mel. Take care.
Bye-bye. Asshole.
Two things about the rape joke. First of all, I understand what you're saying about someone saying, hey, I'm the rapist. And you could say, okay, that's a terrible joke, and I'd probably agree that joke sucks. But the point of that joke would be the misdirection of saying no reasonable person thinks that guy is telling the truth. Nobody thinks that he's actually going, hey, I'm the rapist, and meaning, and I want to say too, you're talking about, well, that by trivializing it, it's encouraging it. Your Twitter picture is Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's first role was a brutal rapist in Death Wish. Now, I'm not saying anything against Jeff Goldblum, but
Are you here to accuse Jeff Goldblum?
Yes. but he picked up a blackjack and he said, you rich C, and he called her the C word, and they beat her to death in Death Wish. Now, we all understand, oh, that's an actor doing a role, but why as an artist do we give an actor a pass for convincingly playing a brutal rapist, but go after a comedian for making fun of something and mocking something? And like, why do we allow an artist to do something convincingly that brings up, what's going to affect a rape victim more? Seeing that rape acted out properly, or hearing a dumb comedian make fun of it? I mean, let's be really honest.
Well, this is a commercial from my movie.
No, I know, but it's my job to try and explore some serious themes as well. I'm sure.
Well, I invite you to explore some serious things, but not things that I have already been on the record for talking about.
Well, violence is such a big part of all of your movies, and it's it's an enjoyable part of your movies for so many people, and that's why I'm talking about this, because it's a very sensitive time at the moment. I mean, the Vice President is talking to people in the movie industry today about violence in response to
and you know where I stand on it.
Which is that there's no relationship. And
yes.
But you haven't said why you think there's no relationship.
It's none of your damn business what I think about that.
Well, it's my job to ask you why you think that.
And I'm
saying very influential.
No. And I'm shutting you down.
But you have a responsibility as a filmmaker, surely, to explain a little bit about
No,
what
I
you're
don't
doing.
have any responsibility to you to explain anything I don't want to.
No, not to me, but to your viewers, to your fans, to people who
know
care about what it is that you're doing.
They know where I'm coming from. And I have explained it. And I have explained even what you're talking about. I'm just not giving it to you.
Why?
Because I don't want to, because I've done it already. I have explained this many times in the last 20 years. I just refuse to repeat myself over and over again because you want me to. For you and your show and your ratings.
Okay, well, no, it's not about our ratings.
No, it is. It is about you want me to say it for you. For your show, this show, right here, right now.
Well, look, this is a news program. It's not a film program, so we explore serious themes. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah. But you want me to do what I've already done before, and I am refusing.
Fox himself got stung at the thorny intersection of comedy and race when he hosted Saturday Night Live last month.
And I kill all the white people in the movie. How great is that?
The blogosphere lit up with complaints of reverse racism. Fox wants to clear the air.
I've never in my life felt like, because of what I went through and being called as a kid, that I wanted to go out and kill all the white people. I've never felt that. And I can't find any black people that actually feel that way.